Let's shift focus now to Delhi. India is unfortunately witnessing suicide politics all over again. This time it's JNU, and the student who ended his life is J. Muthukrishnan. He was found hanging from a ceiling fan on the 13th of this month in his hostel. In fact, just a few kilometers away from his college, from his university. But unfortunately, even before his family could begin to cope with the loss, a political slugfest has begun around his untimely death. Politicians and some caste groups are already calling it a case of murder.
Muthukrishnan, an MPhil student at Delhi's prestigious Jawaharlal Nehru University, was found hanging from a ceiling fan at a friend's house on March 13th.
Muthukrishnan was a student here at JNU, and he was an active voice. He spoke out against Rohit Vemula's suicide. He had also spoken about the inequalities he felt he faced as a Dalit student here in JNU.
In the absence of a suicide note, there were many who were quick to jump in with the conspiracy angle, flocking to meet his family at a Delhi hospital, giving the tragic suicide a political spin.
There should be a thorough probe in it, just not post-mortem. There should be an investigation into the matter.
Yes, so tomorrow the 5 members of the doctors will conduct the...
I think it is a very genuine demand. There must be a thorough probe, investigation, which led to such an extreme step taken by a student, a Dalit student.
So is there an attempt to turn Krish into another Rohit Vemula? Despite the fact that the police and those studying with him suggest that his death may be because of personal problems.
उसके पैसे के उसके सिवा इश्यूज थे। ये जो रिसेंट उसका लास्ट पोस्ट है वो भी बोलता है कि वो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के मुद्दे को जिस तरह यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में होता है, एमफिल पीएचडी में जो सीट कट हो रहा है, जिस पे मतलब कोई स्टूडेंट अगर अपनी ज़िंदगी दांव पर लगा रहा है वाइस चांसलर के ऑफिस के बाहर बैठकर, उसे पता है कि मेरे पर एफआईआर होने वाली है, तो आप जान सकते हैं कि यूनिवर्सिटी के स्टूडेंट किस लेवल तक डिप्रेशन में होंगे।
जिस तरीके से उन्होंने सुसाइड किया है बहुत ही दुखद है। कोई भी मामले पे किसी छात्र को सुसाइड नहीं करना चाहिए। हम तमाम छात्र संगठन से बात करना चाहिए, इंडिविजुअली बात करना चाहिए। जो कोई भी इशू है हम उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए प्रशासन से बात करेंगे।
The parallels being drawn with Vemula are because of his strong views online about what happened at Hyderabad Central University in 2016. But why drag this bereaved family into a political whirlpool till the time the cause of his untimely death is actually found out? With Akshay Nath and Ilma Hassan, Bureau Report, India Today.
And in fact, joining us live right now on 8 p.m. is Mr. D. Raja. He's a member of parliament in the Raj Sabha and national secretary of the CPI. Mr. Raja, you've said that you're going to raise this issue in parliament as well. Now, we have people who were roommates with Krish suggesting that he had been disturbed. Do you think that there is already a premature politicization of this unfortunate suicide?
Hello?
Mr. Raja, why politicize a death? It's unfortunate, it's a suicide, it's a family's loss. But why politicize it?
Definitely it is a big loss for the family, big loss for the community, student community. But nobody politicizes the issue. Nobody tries to politicalize the issue. That is what one should be very clear. It is a genuine issue. It is a tragic demise. One should try to find out what was the situation, what
Mr. Raja, how can you say it's not being politicized when already there are attempts to try and liken this suicide to the death of Rohit Vemula and his caste being played out?
That's what we are trying to find out.
There are already Dalit organizations who are saying that he was murdered because of his caste.
No, it is not that caste being played out. Caste is there. No, whether you agree or don't agree, caste is a reality, Indian reality. Caste is not played out. Caste is there, very much there. The caste-based discrimination is there very much. And can you say that there is no caste-based discrimination
but sir,
in our
I'm
universities,
talking about the
in our
present case.
educational institutions,
Do you have any proof at hand to show that he was victimized or that he took his life because of caste discrimination?
To other issues. I'm not hearing. Yeah.
Sir, do you have any proof at hand to allege or suggest that there was caste discrimination that led to this unfortunate suicide?
No, there are two issues. One is when you referred to Rohit Vemula, I said definitely there was caste-based discrimination. In fact, Rohit Vemula himself raised that issue. That one should be very clear. In the present case, the Jawaharlal Nehru University students' demise, death, we should find out what were the circumstances which led to the Dalit scholar to take such extreme step. That's what I said. And you are mixing both, and you are saying caste is being played out.
No, no, sir, I am not mixing it up. I am bringing it up only because these parallels have been drawn separately by the AIADMK and the DMK, and it's also been suggested by the Left Students Organization. Today, there was a protest in Coimbatore by the SFI against this alleged murder. They're already calling it a murder. Based on what, sir? You're asking for a probe, and yes, there should be a probe, but why jump to conclusions before that probe?
Let there be investigation. You ask them. If somebody is jumping in their conclusions, you ask them. What I am trying to explain to you, death took place. It was a tragic death. It was a big loss, not only to the family, but for all of us. It saddens me when the scholar, research scholar, that too a first generation research scholar coming from a remote place in Tamil Nadu, taking such an extreme step. It saddens me. It should sadden you also. It should sadden the whole society.
Absolutely, it saddens everyone. But my question to you is, when you say that you'll take it up in Parliament, when an investigation has already been started, an FIR has been filed, then what is your purpose of bringing this up in Parliament is what I'm trying to understand, Mr. Raja, since you have said this yourself.
Why not? What is Parliament? What is Parliament? You please tell me, what is Parliament? Parliament is the place we should draw the attention of the government, we should draw the attention of the Parliament, what is going on in our country. And Parliament should evolve certain mechanism. Parliament should find out ways and means how to put an end to such tragic deaths in our country. The research scholars taking such extreme steps.
Okay, so let me ask you the final question, Mr. Raja, that for all of those who are already suggesting that this is a murder, you have the likes of Umar Khalid who are saying that our universities are being turned into a graveyard for the oppressed. Do you think these are ill-conceived ideas, ill-conceived statements, and they are really actually going against the very idea of this family finding out what led to Krish's death?
No, what others are saying is a different thing. What I am saying, there is discrimination in our educational institutions. You cannot deny, I cannot
Was it there in the present case?
Cannot deny.
Was it there in the present case? Are you linking it to the present case?
No, what I am saying, no, we should address issues as issues. And what happened in IIT Delhi, do you know? What happened in AIMS, do you know? What is the report given by Thorat committee, do you know? Why these things all happen? And
Sir,
we should
all of these are issues that you definitely should raise in Parliament. I am just asking you, why are you jumping onto this particular death?
In this particular case,
will it help the family find out what is it that led to Krish's suicide or death?
Do you... No, how do you know whether it was suicide or whether it was murder? What exactly happened? Do you know? I don't know. If you do know, you tell the viewers, you tell the nation. I don't know. That
and which is the reason why an FIR has been registered?
Credible probe investigation.
So you think basically everyone, you agree that everyone should hold their horses and not try and paint it as a murder or victimization till the time this probe concludes?
Listen, just registering FIR doesn't mean anything. There should be some credible investigation, probe. That's what we are trying to ask. And you are mixing up issues. That's what I am unable to understand. Because you say that there is nothing, all our universities are okay, no problems. and nothing should be prejudged. But why these students are agitating?
No, sir, I'm not mixing up issues. In conclusion, sir, the only thing that I was trying to do is try and understand why you are mixing up issues. Why parallels are being drawn with Rohit Vemula? Why are the two deaths being equated? And why is the caste angle being played up?
I am not mixing up.
When there is no evidence to show that caste had any role to play.
I am not mixing up. I am not mixing up. You should ask the question why Dalit scholars alone are taking such extreme step of dying. You please tell me. You give me the data.
No, sir. Actually, that is not correct at all. In JNU itself,
why it is happening
in JNU itself, there have been suicides in the last year which were not picked up by any political party. And now you are bringing up the issue of how only Dalit scholars are committing suicide. That is a falsehood, sir.
I am asking you. I am asking you, madam, have you gone through Thorat Committee's report?
Sir, you are not answering my question. Since you said that only Dalit scholars are committing suicide,
no,
I am refuting that.
Answer my question.
There have been suicides in JNU which surprisingly political parties have no interest in.
I am answering.
Because there is no caste card to play there, sir. Which is my question to you.
I am refuting your point of view by asking a counter question. I am asking you, have you read the Thorat Committee's report?
Sir, should we debate the entire Thorat Committee report? I am willing to do that. Will you answer my question first? Will you answer this question first?
Yeah.
Why weren't other suicides just as unfortunate?
My question is
not picked up.
I am asked. No. You don't want to understand. You don't want me to reply properly. I am saying suicides are suicides and deaths are deaths. It saddens everybody, and whoever dies, it saddens everybody. The point here is, in case of Rohit Vemula, it happened, and in case of several other scholars in several institutions, it happened. Now in this case also, he happens to be a Dalit scholar, research scholar, and we do not know what circumstances which led to his demise. That is where there should be a credible probe and investigation. This is what simple issue I am raising.
All right, fine. Mr. Raja, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for speaking to India Today. Like Mr. Raja has said, this is an issue that is going to be raised by the left in Parliament as well. Now, there's some breaking news coming in related to the death of Muthukrishnan. In fact, his father has filed a complaint with the police urging them to file an FIR under the OBC and SC/ST Atrocities Act. He's also said that he suspects his son was murdered. In fact, India Today has a copy of that FIR. After that, Muthukrishnan's post-mortem will now be conducted tomorrow morning at 9. His father has said that he'd spoken to his son just a day earlier and was told that he would be back home after his exams, and he is not someone whose nature it was in to commit suicide, which is why the family now says that they suspect it is murder. India Today's Anup Kumar now joins us on the phone line. Anup, give us more details of what is mentioned in the FIR and why the family thinks that Krish would have committed suicide, would have been murdered, could have been murdered, and it's not a case of suicide.
Yeah, right from morning, AIMS witnessed an activity where all the political parties and leaders came to meet Muthukrishnan's father, Jeevatmam, and suspicions. It is only based on the suspicions. They had not registered even a complaint, even before when the police were demanding that a complaint be lodged so that they could go with the other procedures. Only by evening, Jeevatmam lodged a complaint saying that his son was very active in his studies, as well as he was also active in the political front. And only 2 days back, his son had last spoken to him, saying that he was just going to meet his friends. And after that, he got a call from from one of his friends, saying that he was from there. The thing they believe that his father believes that there was no case of his son committing a suicide, and it's the suspicions and the the thing, the
Okay, so now an
information given
FIR
by
has
the-
been filed. The family has expressed its suspicion and a probe will be carried out. But as far as raising the Dalit card is concerned, is it fair on the part of the political parties to Muthukrishnan and also to his family? 3 suicides last year in JNU. None of the politicians seem to care at that time.